incredibly well against Beastmaster because of the paralyzing cask bouncing between both the hero and the boar. And when that cask
is works to just stun the boar and just kill it because the boar actually gives a lot of experience.
Yeah. Yeah, so, you know, without the boar and like Beastmaster, he doesn't really do very much. He's just this like, he's almost like a big melee creep with his axes just walking around.
Especially as Ben said here, if Liquid actually chose to go for the Lone Druid, then the Witch Doctor is very good against him as well. Because like also there we have a summon that the cask is gonna bounce around on.
Also the eventual Necro Book coming out from Beastmaster can be stunned with that cask, which will be helpful because I imagine there's going to be a timing, like Ben was talking about, where Team Liquid decides, hey, we're going high ground with Caudal Ags, and that is going to be the moment where Empire needs to put up an amazing defense.
And in terms of putting up that amazing defense, is that they'll need to pick stronger anti-push heroes, stronger defensive heroes, or something coordinate better?
Definitely some more team fight I think would be appropriate, but also they just need to have, you know, they need to have all their core items. They need to have a certain amount of gold to be prepared and ready to take that fight, because Caudal hits this timing where, you know, with his Aghanim Scepter, he becomes, as soon as he gets that item, he becomes so much stronger than he was just a minute ago. You know, it makes all the difference. So it's like almost like a, if you're not a burst of gold ahead of Liquid, that Caudal is like very, very valuable.
So it's more likely that they will go for more team fight in that sense than go for anti-push, because when Caudal has the Ags, the anti-push won't really do so much because he will just heal up the creep. They're going to have Beastmaster boars and Necrobook, so they're going to be able to siege the towers anyway.
They can just have somebody TP back and then you port them back in with the Caudal ult. Pretty hard to split push. Also a lot of catch from Team Liquid. Spirit Breaker, one of the more difficult heroes to split push against.
They have been like answering the opponent's pick, almost every pick. Like the Bounty Hunter is a response to the Caudal, the Witch Doctor is a response to Beastmaster, the Spirit Breaker is a response to Bounty Hunter.
And then Weaver is a response to Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, so it's just it's very fun to like see these drafts where they actually try to outdraft their opponent every time they pick.
I think that's where Dota is, and you need to, you know, why not take advantage of it?
10 seconds.
You know?
Can you explain the Weaver as a response to Spirit Breaker?
So Weaver is a natural Linken's carrier. So Spirit Breaker generally wants to just charge somebody across the map, which he won't be able to do. He'll be able to break Weaver's Linken's globally. So if Beastmaster sees him, Spirit Breaker could charge, break the Linken's, and then Beastmaster could roar him, and then burn his mana with Necrobooks and kill him that way. But having a Linken Sphere against Spirit Breaker is super nice because he can't really touch you without help.
And if you actually see the Linken's pop on Weaver, then he knows that it's something that can happen, so he's just gonna Sukuchi away.
Good way to sniff out wards or vision you didn't expect. But doesn't Weaver struggle a little bit until he has that Linken Sphere, because suddenly his invisibility doesn't allow him to evade Spirit Breaker as well?
He certainly can. Weaver does decently well up against melee heroes by being a very mobile hero himself, but then also throwing out the Swarm, which is a lot easier to land on melee heroes.
Comes the fourth pick, Brood.
Here's the Brood. Yeah, this is you know, this is definitely a comfort pick for Liquid. I think that Empire is decently equipped to deal with it. They still have one more pick for their core position, and they could do something like a Bristleback or
5 seconds remaining,
or you know, they might be a little light on carry. But like I was talking about earlier, I think Bounty Hunter lineups can get away with having a little less carry than other lineups. So their options for a 5th pick hero up against Brood, I think, are much larger than they would be without the Bounty Hunter. Also, Bounty Hunter throughout the game is pretty good at catching out Brood Mother. You know, at some point in the game, you can just put a Bounty Hunter, put a gem on Bounty Hunter, and you can just walk through the jungle and find Brood. And once you get track on Brood, it's over. You hit him once, and he's not moving.
The problem for Brood as well is that he's gonna be afraid of farming with his hero at like every camp in the jungle. So he's mostly gonna farm with his Spiderling to not show to not being able to show, so Bounty can track him, but that is also going to slow down his farm by a lot.
He should win any lane that he's up against, though.
How is he against Puck? Mid?
I think he crushes Puck.
I think so, too.
I think there's not that many mid heroes left. I think Ember is probably the best one that I can think of, because he's also good for Spirit Breaker. Very hard for Spirit Breaker to catch an Ember Spirit out.
Or Bristleback.
Bristleback's decent, too, but we haven't seen FM play it as much as, let's say, the Ember Spirit.
True. So, yeah, definitely a Resolution Weaver, I would guess.
I do like Bristle, but I'm not sure about the hero player company. If it were Super, it would be Bristle.
It would make a lot more sense, certainly.
In terms of win condition, I mean, we've talked a little bit about how powerful Ags is for pushing Keeper of the Light. But is Team Liquid going to be just, you think, exclusively focused on pushing in mid and late game as a core win condition? I mean, Spirit Breaker's so effective.
You don't know what their last pick is. They could easily do like last pick AM, and they have another way to win if they want to take it late.
They could do a couple of different options. They have a lot of vision during the day with Caudle and Beastmaster. But it's, you know, it is kind of difficult to split push against Bounty Hunter because he places these deep wards and finds out all the information about your team. And he knows, oh, there's 2 heroes on this side, there's 1 hero mid and 2 heroes down there. So we can send heroes top and gank those guys. So it's, you get a lot of information when you have a Bounty Hunter, so split pushing isn't always the best strategy. I think just finding the right timing, which I think they're definitely geared up to do, and just going high ground. And ending the game early where Bounty Hunter really has a very low impact on team fights is probably the play.
They're just really gonna try to get some pickups early with the Beast, Spirit Breaker, and maybe Brood can get some picks and make sure that the keeper will get hit, his Aghanim's, and then they're probably gonna try to force Roche or Towers during the day.
Does it almost feel like there's a clock on Team Liquid? They have to begin winning this thing sooner rather than later?
I don't think so. It just depends how many kills they give up. I think how many track kills they give up is what's going to determine. I think otherwise they're fine going into the late game. Caudle and Beastmaster will have a huge impact for the vision of this game.
And the Necrophos is always like scary in the late game as well.
Batrider good at picking off the Broodmother, not particularly good in lane. I think Liquid, you gotta watch out for Matoma Man on this Broodmother, make sure he doesn't get out of control.
Interesting to see the last pick Batrider, as he was often one of the first or second picks in virtually every game he's been in. But with the drafts being completed, it means it's time for game number 1 between Liquid and Empire.
Thank you very much, Day9. And indeed, another day begins here at the International 2017. Empire versus Liquid, an incredibly interesting matchup to start the day with. Empire, of course, having this run, Liquid being this incredibly dominant team that's ended up in this lower bracket. The drafts are out, folks. What do we reckon? We've got a Broodmother game.
It's looking a bit scary in the laning phase from Liquid. They also have very good ways to kind of deal with Bat later on into the vision, the Caudle once they get the ad. Actually, what I've been seeing from GH, he gets the 4-stab first, and then it's usually between the 20 and 28-minute mark. He gets that Aghanims up, and they go for that big push. I'm really liking what Liquid's got going here, though, for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think that pretty much the panel says. It does feel like that, obviously, they saw the Caudle, and it was clear that Empire, they feel that they have a plan in terms of the draft. But instantly, once that bounty comes out that early, Liquid, they have this lineup. They've got the Breaker, they've got a lot of good catch. Rezo, obviously, on one of his very comfortable heroes here at TI, that Weaver that he's carried many a game upon. But they've got a lot of lockdown. This is a game where Lincoln's, it may not be enough to keep that Weaver alive in the fight, with lots of ways to break through it, and lots of big, heavy control, whether it be the Reaper's Scythe, the Primal Roar, that could cause issues for the Weaver.
Yeah, definitely. And tons of ways to break it. With Mana Leak, there's so many ways that they can do that. And with these lane matchups that they're already kind of getting, it's going to be the Caudle and the Beastmaster's bottom pressure.
30 seconds
so
to
they have to, the Caudle has to watch his position, Beastmaster does a bit too. But if they have sentries down, they can just watch themselves wherever the bounty is. As long as they can keep track of where Roger is, they can do very, very well in their lanes. Every single one is pretty much a winning matchup except for the Necro mid versus the Puck. Puck favors a little bit higher than that because of the base damage advantage. And there might be a Bounty Hunter lurking in between the lanes, so.
We'll see if he gets away with this as well. He's at the rune spot, Roger.
Already a charge coming out.
He's going to try for it for sure. He gets himself on top of it, looks for it, and he'll take it. Empire get themselves 3 of the bounty runes there. Nice little way there for Roger and the gang to begin.
Let's take a look if they blocked any camps. So they did block 1, I think. Liquid did actually block the pole this time around. So we've been seeing a lot of these dual pressuring aggro lanes to make sure that they can't pull the way back. And it's Dire. So Dire always wants to be blocking that pole camp since the lane leads at a better equilibrium.
And we'll see how much Rezo gets out of this laning stage. We've seen how many times previously, if Rezo gets a lead early, he's very good at playing it safe. Very few deaths on Rezo as a whole throughout this tournament. Incredibly safe carry. Bottom lane already, GH trying to come in with the blast, but damage is returned. Down to half health, will be forced back, and it looks like at the moment this presence from the 2 supports on Empire down bottom doing a very good job at keeping this offlane away from resolution.
You can tell where their focus is. Yeah, they're like, okay, Rezo is our big winning condition for this game. He's our It's like a single carry Weaver, so he has to get an amazing start.
Look at this, in fact, with the cast. Some decent bounces off the range creep. And I'm going to make a bit of a go onto mind control.
In some trouble, though.
They are going to try and turn towards the bounty into charges there as well. But a little too far away, of course. It comes from the other side of the map. We'll see if he continues with it. It doesn't look like he's going to hold back. He's going to continue flying across the map here.
Liquid's very low on regen in his dual aggro. They actually
KuroKy might... can they get away with this?
He's got a dust, too.
Yeah,
they should be able to get him.
Potential first blood with Liquid surrounding Roger. Can they get him out of there? That's the question. But Poshka does have the cast. Resolution now turning. In fact, Liquid do have to be careful as well. Rezo gets the Shikuchi hit, but in fact it's going to be the mid lane where Miracle gets a solo kill onto FN. That was not expected from him.
That's never expected. That matchup can be very one-sided in some situations, but Miracle, very comfortable laner.
Getting a solo kill in that situation, absolutely huge there.
There must have been some like overstepping of the bounds, maybe, or try to get on the high ground and then just got chased out, unexpected damage. Kuro now, secondary dust thrown on.
Ready to go for Roger again, indeed, Roger. See how he plays his way out of this. Of course,
he just wants the bounty route.
Oh, he's going to get it as well. And he should be fine getting out. No one else from the side of Empire heading over. Kuro getting away with that CS in the mid lane, despite that death on the... Very even at the moment.
Yeah. Necro has a pretty high int game, so your base damage gets better and better in that lane matchup as it goes on. And then the double nulls, of course, as we've been seeing happen very often in all those mid laners. Just get double of your stat priority item, so you can just have an easier time laning.
Definitely the scariest lane at the moment being that top lane. The fact that this Fruit is absolutely dominating this lane with Timberman.
He's getting eaten every time the spiders walk up. Very low armor hero, the Bat Rider. He's able to get a lot of sticky stacks though. If he can see the actual Broodmother hero, he can get a dust off and they can probably turn and kill him pretty easily. But it's all about having that vision and knowing exactly where he is. Like with the Sentry Ward down.
The poor Rodrigo, I mean, Gotik's trying to go, but still, there's a lot of spiders on him. Kuro's going to be coming in with the charge as well. Firefly onto Matuma. Does have a couple of stacks. Pops the stick charges, though. Trying to man up onto Gotik, and with the spiders, he may just get this. No, he can't.
Gets him.
He does get him, okay. Looks like Matuma, did he get out as well? He's out of range of the Sentry, and he's fine now. No more detection on Roger. Matuma Man survives.
Saving all those stick charges. A little bait play there coming out from Hatu. Playing the lane very well. And now they force, force movement. So Bounty Hunter went top, and now alleviates bottom looking for GH and my control to start attempting to pressure Rezo a bit. But like we said, they really emphasize on making him farm. And now they're actually turning on GH. They get the Maledict and the stun, and GH is going to
bugs on both. Yeah, GH.
Rezo might drop surviving. So he's got the stick charge.
Could turn and try and have a bit of a punch back into mind control if he wants. He's thinking about it as he heads forward, but well, with the next creep wave come in, he will hold back. But at the moment, Empire, as you say, with the way they start the lanes, wanting to make sure Rezo has a good start and necessarily getting that. It's just that it's costing them up towards the top half. Mid lane, not so much. Sure, there was that one kill, but other than that, FN still standing pretty strong against Miracle in this 1v1 matchup.
That kill could be big, though, because now Miracle's going to get level 6 way earlier than the Puck does, so they actually Necro can go for kills on that Puck very easily with that Reaper Scythe. He's stepping up aggressive, and he went in right away. Yeah, he's trying to just keep that Puck at bay, and Puck has to go back. Doesn't even have bottle yet, so no regen. Quite a Necro favorite matchup with that Stain. Cask actually bounces onto my control. They have been able to get push cup the RNG. Wasn't like that. Roger. I think putting that FN's probably getting 6 soon, trying to make plays around the mid lane, but okay, FN does have the time for about 5 minutes, so that'll be useful.
Still, 1-2 at the moment. Matuma Man in the panel said this, Peter was worried this could become the issue, and already, this is a Broodmother that has been pretty much untouched for the start of this lane. He is involved in a kill. There was only the bounty that came up to try and have a bit of a look in on bringing Matuma down, but even Roger coming in, having the Sentry there ready to go, it's not enough. And this Matuma Man Brood is going to become very scary very quickly at this rate. Top of the CS, Roger finding GH here in the jungle.
This is what Aki was talking about. It really just messes with your farm as a coddle, having that Bounty Hunter constantly poking you since you're so low armor. Every time he hits you, it's an immense amount of damage.
Control, look at the courier, and he may just find it here with the wolf.
Oh, he does. Gets it. That's pretty huge, actually. That surge of gold for the Broodmother, for the Necro mid is going to be very useful.
And the spyglass at hand.
will be able to steal the bounty rune here. They pop the dust, hoping to get him on the way out, but Roger did take the safer route on the high ground. Meanwhile, down on him again. Look how low Ghost Stick is. Once more, this pressure. As soon as Kuro joins the force of Matumba.
Yeah. Too many spiders for him to try to turn onto Matumba. Without a pre-sentry ward down, being able to get those initial sticky stacks, he's unable to deal with all those spider links.
I mean, because of the pressure to bottom top lane, Miracle feels safe to play aggressive mid. Roger actually gets the courier because of Miracle's aggression. Now they make a bit of a go. Dream Coils drop down. They quite have enough damage though. It looks unlikely. He's still got...
He's very
also, you can't kill this Necro with just those two heroes, not at all.
With the treads as well, you know, the tread swap with the stick plus the Ghost Shroud, it's very hard.
And in fact, now Roger's the one in trouble. Kuro and GH wrapping around. Do they have detection? They do. One more dust is out. GH to get the kill there with the Illuminate. And that GH presence there, of course, being off the back, because I think you called it, what, GH?
He died bottom.
Taken down bottom.
Yeah, Rezo dove behind the tower for him. Alone, though. Rezo's putting on aggression by himself, which is very important for that bottom lane. But the discrepancy between the Necro is really shown to that puck. 1,200 gold lead from Miracle here.
Yeah, the difference between the offlaners and the mid.
Look how deep he's playing, too. May pay for it if there's some lucky bounces.
I don't know. Between these
lucky
two,
bounces.
yeah, it feels very unlikely with the levels that Miracle have.
Without the coil, all the stick charges saved up, that double amplifier, or that 75% amplification.
Bottom lane, Rezo, he's being gone upon here. They've got the Primal Roar as well to lock him down. He
the bash?
does not have the ult up. He does have Shikuchi, and that's going to be enough.
That bash actually almost got him killed.
Time lapse now back and available as well for Rezo. If he gets pressured upon again, we'll have that to rely on.
So they do have Lasso now on Ghost Stick, so same kind of scenario. They still need to have a pre-sentry ward down so they can see where Matu is, and then 1 or 2 stacks, they can go for that dive with the bounty. But it's still a very hard kill with all those spider links around. Matu looks like he's going for a Deso rush too, and he's gonna have it very soon, to be honest. He's about 500 gold away from that Desolator if he wants to get it right off the bat. AVEXIR.
Look at this mid lane. They're eyeing a Miracle. They do have Dream Coil to set up to allow Ghost Stick to close the gap. Has got so he will get it off, but already Miracle has got the first heal. Now the charge from Kuro onto 3. Miracle is just going to look to turn. The Reaper side comes down, just gone. The rest of Empire have to back up. And this really is the problem now. Because of the start Miracle has, it takes so long to even get close to bringing him down that there's more than enough time for Liquid to react.
He's got so many stat items, plus the raindrop. So he absorbed a lot of that damage that was coming out from him. Right now, it's actually for majority of Empire's heroes, all magical. It's really just the Weaver who's going to be delivering that physical aspect.
So much pressure on Resolution's Weaver to perform here, because that is where Empire did put the focus on making this safe lane happen. But elsewhere, I mean, already just 9 minutes in, starting to get this 3k gold lead, and as you say, with Matumba's build very close to having this Deso, it's going to be sort of a pre-10 minute Desolator. I mean, Liquid, they've got the lineup that they could just group up, they could push this, one of the methods, as the panel were talking about, to deal with a bounty hunter lineup. And if things go Liquid's way, this game could be over around the 20-minute mark.
Yeah, he's got Deso. I mean, that's one of the fastest Desolators I've ever seen built up.
Empire have to somehow find some way to sort of stop this 5-man from coming together. GH will be down in the jungle. Resolution should be able to get the solo kill here. Indeed he does, so Rezo still doing as much as he can. Bottom lane, Maposhka getting gone upon by Mind Control. Rez coming in, goes stick with the TP as well. Doesn't quite have the but the Maledict upon Mind Control.
He's buying out all his items.
He's going to be falling low. He's going to go down. Rezo picking up the double kill. It's getting him up. He's now on the same net worth pretty much as Matumba Man.
Yeah, you know, they tri-link to secure this Weaver's farm, and it's happening. But, Bounty Hunter.
That's a massive...
That's the Deso.
It had the Deso. I think it had the Veil. What?
Goodness, that's such a...
That's one of the biggest courier snipes I think we've seen here on the main stage.
Yeah,
no
it's at
doubt
10
about
minutes.
that.
Like, that fact that it's that early with that many items on it is super significant. Matu still is going to be able to pressure the top lane very well, though, as that Broodmother, and gets it down to half health, more than half health.
What a snipe to have there. Yeah. We'll see how much of a hold does into Liquid momentum, but yeah, definitely a sizable pick off there from Roger. Roger very, very close to nearing that level 6 as well. So something that's certainly going to help Empire recover on these other cores. Yeah, he's gone on. Might sometime here. Still goes down. Maybe they can get a kill in return. This is a good paralyzing card. And with the Lasso as well, dragging Miracle back. Resolution's turned up as well with the bugs out. These would be massive kills. And with the Dream Coil, they might just get them, and they do. They take down both Miracle and Kuroki. Big response there from Empire.
all four of them making that rotation in. Literally everybody. Rezo being extremely involved, as he needs to be. You know, he's the strongest hero on his team at the moment, so he has to be making those rotations, those plays around first, and make sure that his team doesn't fall behind. Bounty about to get 6, as you were mentioning. Get that track on. Mike control popped it randomly.
He's aware of it, yeah. Pops it just straight away.
Scan, through the scan first. It did seem like he knew that the bounty wasn't here.
Radiant's top
but now, I think Matu takes that top tower, another 1400 gold. We have to wait for that courier, though. That courier has all of their big items on it, as you mentioned.
And I think, you know, Roger's courier snipe there may have sort of saved him dying immediately into the Reaper's side. If there was a better Discord in that fight, he would have popped into the ultimate. Down bottom, gets the track out. FN in the neighborhood as well. They'll head forward with their own veil, bursting this Spirit Breaker down. And with Roger closing the gap, they look to get this one. This is going to be a bit of a track kill. And they'll get it. FN takes the touch. Track kills begin to come into play. Empire certainly starting to slow down that very much lead that Liquid had. It's still the 3K, but it started to level off at that moment. It was sharply veering in favor of Liquid. Empire managed to stabilize the lead that Liquid have. And
H resorted completely to the jungle now. Since his team is forcing so much pressure on the map, he has a lot of more room to farm that 4-step.
Dire's middle tower.
They have a very strong push lineup though. When they can actually group together with this Necro, with the Beastmaster. Oh, actually stopped the TP.
Absolutely, worth there for Roger. How's the TP? The build continues from Matumba, going for the Mask of Madness on this Brood, so certainly going to speed up the farm, speeds up the push as well.
Imagine if he had his Deso. He'd be even more farmed than this.
He's going to have
12 minutes, and he's got Deso, Mask of Madness, with Soul Ring. It's absurd. Level 12 already on this
illusion.
Down bottom lane, coming in with the smoke. We want to try and catch and constrain him with a Blink Dagger reveal from Ghosting. They grab him, bring him back with a Maledict upon him. There's no hope here for the Beastmaster as Mind Control gets caught out, taken down. Another kill for Resolution, putting him closer towards that ultimate orb.
He's already got one. Yeah, he's gonna have a fairly fast Blink. It's pretty relevant this game to not get picked off so much by the Spirit Breaker Beastmaster. But however, he does have all majority of the kills on his team, so if he does get brought down, the amount of a big surge of gold will go toward Liquid if they're able to actually isolate him.
I mean, you see, Sentry down. Liquid getting right back to the base before getting that courier out again.
Dire's bottom tower won't last
so there's no chance of Roger being in the neighborhood. For the time being, Roger up towards the top.
If Matu lost this courier, he'd be so sad. He's got like 5,000 gold.
This is nice though, straight away with the Mask of Madness, a large spider army in the Desolator.
And Medallion, they've got Beastmaster, they've got the Aura, they've got more than enough to bring this down.
This is going to fall down incredibly quickly, and with the position that Empire in elsewhere on the map, very unlikely that they're going to head over to this spot.
Matu's not even using Insatiable Hunger. That's how confident he is that they're going to get this one. So for the push, he's going to be able to use that for the fight. I'm trying to hold on to it. 14 minutes. This Broodmother is a menace.
Yeah, and Liquid can seriously think about getting the push together once again now, looking towards some of these tier 2s if they wish. Rezo gets himself the Arcane Rune.
They can continue just forcing pressure and forcing Empire to react to them. Well, like we were talking about, the very important thing is GH's Ags, and slowly but surely, sitting in the jungle.
I mean, this is the big kill. They will have to do it twice. It looks like they may do it once. They have the track upon him, now trying to stay on with the Insatiable Hunger, but he's held back by the Dream Coil. But Tumberman silenced as well. That's one kill. Can they do it a second time, though? GH in the neighborhood. Empire going to come back in. They've got the lasso. They saved it for the second round, dragging Matumba Man back. Tracks upon him again. Roger trying to fight him, and with the burst from FN, they'll take it down. Aegis gone.
3-man track as well.
Very nice kill there, bringing down the Broodmother twice and taking the Aegis away from Liquid that quickly after they pick it up. Big plays there from Empire. Bottom lane, Rezo.
Matu's playing in a very aggressive stance there in the enemy jungle farming. His team's everyone else was completely away from him. Nobody else was playing around Matu there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Make a play happen here. Rezo and Roger. Nice towards Miracle. The bugs are out upon him.
He's got no TP, so they will be able to chase him for a bit, but there is backup from Liquid approaching.
Control doesn't quite have the Primal Roar back up. And indeed, yeah, a little too hard for Rezo and Roger to chase down.
Kuroki just went on a big warding expedition. Just got 2 very deep, actually 3 very deep wards, watching a lot of what Empire is going to be doing in the next couple minutes. And yeah, here we see the sticky napalm is super obnoxious for Broodmother, having one of the worst turn rates in the game, unable to actually focus on anybody with that Insatiable Hunger. And they're looking to go on him again.
They might get away with their Ghost Stick. Can he close this gap? Got the orb forward. I'm going to jump in and at the moment just trying to keep him forced back away from this. Again, it's sort of similar sort of play that we saw from Empire in previous games where they have the four of them working together. Rezo just giving that bottom lane, making sure that Weaver continues to find the space.
He's got the Lincolns nice and early. 16 minutes with treads and Aquila.
6-0-2. A KDA that we've become very much used to seeing on Rezo in the early stages of the game. Very, very few deaths on this map.
A Radiant using
They get the scan out onto
echolocation.
what they would probably think is GH. GH is literally just the jungle still. So it's been about 7 minutes, getting closer and closer to that Aghanim's. Go for the 4-step first, as always. But Liquid is very content with some of the market, letting Empire make mistakes with all the pressure. Roger.
They're going on him with the Veil upon him and the Reaper's side. There's no escape for that man. Resolution's going to try and turn the Ghost Stick, jumping forward with the lasso. Will grab the Spirit Breaker. Kuro down. Do lose 2 for in the long run, so Liquid are happy with this one. If they can get Rezo, that would be massive, but the Lincoln protects him.
Ghost Stick getting slowed up a lot here, but gets to the high ground.
So Liquid definitely showing us, you know, once they can get a lead in like that, they can find the trades, come out on top. Matuma Man already sweeping back over to Empire's side of the map, has eyes on FN. Those resolutions around as well. Rezo sitting in the middle lane.
It really tells what Liquid's idea is in this game. The fact that he goes for the Deso rather than go for something like an Orchid. Orchid this game versus Puck versus Weaver versus Back could be extremely potent this, so far, but he wants to be that big physical damage dealer because he is pretty much their one hero. They have a Necro who's going to be building toward that Radiance, so we see Miracle getting very close to it actually. But he is the big physical objective taker. He's the one who hits buildings, so he doesn't really care about killing heroes. That's not the nature of Liquid's lineup. It's about that siege.
And on top, Empire looking for easier kills.
Well, GH is they're gonna chase him down here. It looks like.
With the blinding light and the force stuff, yeah, it's too much. Too much distance for Empire to close. They can look to put some pressure on this top tower. Goes to Roger in the neighborhood. Lasso. Up in 25.
GH has like a specific formula. It's always like Tranquils, Windlace, and Force Step. So he's got that extra movement speed to get away from his ganks too. They're so comfortable playing around with this hero. Look at how much they're farming. They're all kind of like positioned around each other. Right now, it's not the time for Liquid to force anything. They're like, all right, finish up our next big items. The Radiance, of course, or Miracle, which is about 100 gold away. We have nothing else that's too massive other than the Ags on the top and perhaps a BKB maybe on
Top lane GH, have my control in there for the defense. Empire though, they still want to jump. Ghost comes in, Primal roars down to the Batrider. But Rezo, he's still ready to fight. Throws out the bugs, there's the track as well. Connection onto GH, forces himself back. But Rezo and Roger chase him down at the tree line. That'll be one track kill. Now mind control, he's surrounded by 3. Does hit the back of Akuro, coming in onto Ghosting. Ghosting will go down, but Empire looks like they may just have to clean up. The Shuriken bounces. Double kill for Rezo, they're into the trees as well. Looking for Kuroki. He'll pop the stick charges, trying to shoot it out, but with the track vision, there's no escaping.
Godlike already.
Triple kill for Rezo, all track kills as well there. As he's very close to having that diffusal blade done. In fact, taking this tower will pretty much put him in that position.
Dyer's top
lane, Roger. Look at the track onto him. Already there in position.
God.
Can he go for this on his own? It's a little bit tricky, this one. This spider is incredibly scary. And with Miracle there, Rezo's got to be careful. Will time lapse back out of it, knows that this is not a kill he can take.
The damage from insatiable hunger.
Dyer's bottom tower.
Intrigued to see what Matuma Man goes for next as well. A lot of money on this spider. Almost certainly considering his options. I mean, are there any sort of items that scream out as incredibly good to have early on in this game?
The BKB is decent, just the magic resist AR, the magic immunity versus Bat and Puck, or you can go for the Manta to remove that noxious track all the time. The more defensive ones.
Tower is gone.
All right, Rezo.
Rezo's just non-stop
Wanting to play around with this. They've got the Puck here as well. FM ready to go. Drop down Dream Coil, mind control. He'll turn. He does have a primal roar, but he's silenced up. There's no escape. It's Beastmaster and Rezo just continuing the streak. 10 kills already on this Weaver. Yet to die, and that was without the diffusal. He has that now as well.
13 of the 14 kills with Rezo running around.
Absolutely insane. Lema Poshka will be fine. Miracle quite close enough to get off that Reapers to hold him back. And overall still, as we can see, slight net worth lead here for Liquid.
Yeah, just about 4K.
In fact, the Miracle Amateur farming
under attack.
a little bit better, but it's incredibly close.
Yeah.
GH though, I mean,
confident.
It's going to be another freebie here for Rezo and the gang. Tracks out as well. And, I mean, Resolution here.
Just giving him every kill.
In his life. I mean, this is insane. Rezo is going to be such a threat this match. If he's not shown to be one already. This Weaver becoming a massive issue. Matuma Man, indeed, as you suggested, going for the Manta style to give him a bit of a chance against these silencers. These Tracks top lane. Kuro jumped upon by Ghostic. It is only Ghostic and Roger. We'll see if they have enough damage. Flame Break does cancel the charge there. And with him in the Firefly, that should about do it, and it does. Another kill. And I've got to say, 21 minutes into the game. This is so many track kills.
Yeah. He's already hit the level 12 threshold on the Bounty Hunter, so that's where it actually becomes a lot more useful for your teammates and for yourself.
Being eyed up by Matuma and Mind Control. They do have the Prime Aurora, but again, without Lincolns, it's hard to make a go. In fact, there's the wraparound around from Roger. FN drops the Dream Coil. Crack's starting to get laid out. They've got him onto both. They're track there as well. Matuma getting bursted down low. FN coming forward with the Reaper Sight down to Rezo. It's not enough. Time lapse is out. Resolution survives. Turns back towards Matuma Man. Matuma, can he survive with the insatiable hunger? He can't. Matuma Man's down. Corona going to charge forward, trying to get the Witch Doctor. Will find it. A Resolution survives. It's just a 1-for-1. Empire only losing the support again. Getting track kills at a big kill as well, bringing down Matumba, who was at the time top of the net worth.
Rezo living again, though. He's becoming way too big. He's becoming a massive problem. Another track.
And he just picks up Mind Control. In fact, maybe he's got a double damage. Rezo's got a double damage. This is so damn scary. Looks towards Miracle and Kuroki. He'll take the tower first under their nose. And now he says, now I'll come back to look towards you. So get back up. Can he get out of this one? He's bringing Miracle down there with the Shikuchi. He does it.
Oh my God.
Ghostic with the lasso grabs GH, brings it back. They get the full team wipe. Empire here on this main stage, dominating Liquid in these team fights. Resolution going absolutely it isn't just the Rezo show, it's his full team enabling him. The track plays Roger on this Bounty Hunter. Just getting so much done for the team. And you see Rezo, he's just focusing the tower. He wants the tower first, then he turns back for the kills. And again, playing on the edge of his life, does not have time lapse yet to rely on. And he just swags it out of there with the Shikuchi.
It was just close done right there. But you see how aggressive he's playing? There's like no downtime right now for Rezo. Every single situation, it's not like he goes back to farm. He just goes, looks for a rune, goes for a kill, non-stop looking for GH to try to punish Liquid. Since he is still pretty hard to kill. The only real thing that they have for him is the Spirit Breaker, but with that Lincoln's, it's a very tough thing to bring down. This Weaver is very elusive. Now with the full Maelstrom picked up, gonna be going for the BKB next. When he's got that magic immunity, it's gonna be very scary for Liquid. But now, Liquid's draft is all about getting that Aghanim's timing, and it's getting closer and closer. 1600 away for GH now.
Roshan is up. We'll see if either side looks to take it. We saw previously how quickly Liquid can find it. Liquid themselves, they will get a free pick here. Roger caught out in the river. Reaper sight down, make sure that bounty's out for as long as possible. 65 seconds without that bounty hunter.
Liquid's pretty tired of all these invis mechanic bugging them so much so. Yep, the gem picked up. No more of those shenanigans.
They need to control both Roger and Rezo.
They're having too much impact on the map, just knowing when to take fights. Rezo's just showing up to ult them from that Bounty Hunter, giving him all the vision. Roche is back up now. Does get scouted out. And Liquid has a very good team to Roche with his Insatiable Hunger and the Beastmaster.
They got away with it last time. Squid looking like they have a pretty good shot at getting away with it again. Rezo is in the neighborhood though. A couple of hits on Takura already. Lincolns will be progged. He has to be a little careful now in case he gets locked down further. He tries to turn towards Kura, but he charges. Can they get the kill? No, Rezo! He's forced out. Rezo will survive for the time being. No, the Reaper side comes in. Massive kill for Liquid. Now they can look for more. Miracle up on the high ground. Did get dragged back by Ghostic. Empire have to back off with Rezo gone.
Dead for 90 as well.
Such a huge kill, an insane amount of gold as well, going towards Miracle, about 850 for that, ending the streak.
Yeah, and experience as well. That's a very over-leveled and Weaver, so they get a chunk going for them. And this is perfect now. They get change it to the cheese. They're starting to pick up more ways to break that Lincoln's, now with Dagon as well. So that's the thing, is that they don't have a crazy amount of stunts for the Weaver, but sometimes Spirit Breaker can just be enough with the Beastmaster as well.
I mean, we saw there as well, Rezo may be maybe relying too much on his team, getting a bit overconfident, and he did decide to stand the ground and try and finish off KuroKy. But it really did come back to bite him. And now 50 seconds without the Weaver, with an insane amount of pushing power from this Broodmother. Empire could lose a lot here in this mid lane if Liquid wish to stick around with this Aegis. We'll see how well the rest of the 4 of them can keep them out of it. But they're standing their ground. Now with the Maledict and the Dream Coil, Matuma's got to be careful about Matuma.
Dead once, but he's got Aegis.
Will they go back in now the Aegis is gone? That's the question. Miracle gets the tower at least. And Liquid will back off after that. So Aegis expended, but it did get them that tier 3 tower. Now they can look to the shrines.
Yep. Aghanim's is about to be done now. That's the most important thing. And Beastmaster's also building for Halberd, so more and more ways to break that Linken's. That's all they're looking for. If they can just have that disabled, then it's hard for this Weaver to actually get in the fight. He's elusive, but not once his Linken's is down.
Yeah, and as we saw that just there, if Rezo's out of the game, Liquid have pretty free reign to do what they wish in terms of pushing, taking objectives against the other 4. They need Rezo alive for that hard-hitting physical damage.
FN's starting to get up there too. No, 4-1 and 6 on the spot.
And we'll see it again here. I mean, it's a resolution, as you can see. He turns back towards Kuro. Feels like he can get the kill, but immediately, once that charge comes through, doesn't get the initial time that's off, but Miracle beautifully holds onto that Reaper's Scythe. Make sure it's there for the second time. And the big kill is granted for Liquid.
Yeah, Liquid knows they just need to pretty much expend everything on this Weaver. Yeah. The other ones, you know, their damage, they can be annoying, but it's nothing in comparison to what the Weaver's doing.
Now Liquid, she's ready to come down mid again. The wall's working on the shrine.
Empire needs BKB on Weaver, and a secondary Linken's would actually be super useful.
Matuma comes forward, but he will get caught under the central. First gets out, then look about the Manta start dead forward as well. Ghosting being charged upon, he'll get Yule's stuff. With Miracle, KuroKy closing the gap, jump over the Nether Strike, the Reaper's side. That's Ghosting down for 80 seconds. Already on the back
getting isolated.
Resolution's gone as well.
There's no buyback, that's 70 seconds.
70! Empire, they maybe begin to crumble as Liquid seemingly breaking them apart. They'll get the mid-racks off the back of that. Ghosting buys back, but nothing they can do to keep this mid lane alive.
The heals, it's now nighttime though. Liquid has to retreat completely, but like we were saying, that 24 to 28 minute mark is pretty much where I always see GH get that Aghanim's online, and Liquid makes that push time.
They're so good at playing around it. And Rezo, he can't afford to get caught out there like that. We saw him try and come in from the back lines, get himself involved.
Needs the BKB, like we said. He needs now at this point to deal with that gem that Mind Control's picked up. He can't be that elusive, obnoxious hero that he was before, weaving into the back lines, finding GH and isolating. They always see him when he runs in now.
Yeah, especially with this Dagon scaling up on Miracle.
Yeah.
They get any sort of lockdown onto Resolution and will be able to easily burst him.
Now we've got the BKB for Matu. Build that we kind of expected, the Manta BKB versus what Empire has in the show.
Ben, he's going to be spotted out here. They've got the charge upon him.
He can pick up the Linken's here before he goes out.
And he does.
Got it finished.
That's the Linken's purchase.
Still charged out though. Does have boot travel, so he's pretty speedy.
Got Orb again in a second. See if we can continue to play around with Liquid. There's the Dream Coil holding back KuroKy.
Should be fine.
And that indeed will allow FN that free pass to get back to base. Resolution, yeah, in terms of that BKB, still a bit of a while to go. About 2,000 and they'll have it.
They've got a couple minutes though, downtime for the. They've got about 2.5 minutes till Liquid groups up again and goes for that push. Aegis isn't the important. Aegis and cheese doesn't really matter for what Liquid has. All they care about is daytime for that Aghanim's coddle. Empire trying to take advantage of that with the smoke.
Let's see what they can.
They know something's up. They actually started pinging it. The Beastmaster, see Mind Control started pinging. He had the Hawk overhead where they were smoked up.
Yeah, Liquid well out of the path here of Empire. And very much grouped up on this high ground. In fact, Empire do continue to move around. Liquid themselves could look to have the favorable position to fight. And still continuing. The walls around the posture. He's going to try and TP out here. Will he make it in time? He does the charge. Not quite close enough to connect.
Unable to find anything during that nighttime. Still about almost 2 minutes left on it. See if Empire is able to do anything still with that, but Rezo still trying to get closer and closer to that BKB, 1,300 away. That's what they mean. They need that BKB to be able to take the fight versus Liquid at that state time.
I mean, and then sure, when he has the BKB in the Linken's, he's going to be harder to catch, but there's still ways that they can work around it. They have multiple ways of still breaking that Linken's through the BKB. So if Liquid's execution is absolutely tip-top, they can control him, and they can definitely still kill him with the damage that Matuma Man's offering with the punches. I mean, even with just mind control, having that aura, getting a few bashes free from Kuro.
Ghostic doing a favor for everybody, telling them the roast timer.
They have got to watch out. Rezo.
Like playing Weaver versus Spirit Breaker is so difficult, just because how naturally tanky the hero is, just how easily he can actually lock you down with his 2 spells, because, you know, BKB piercing disables. Rezo's trying his best to get that BKB though.
Exactly the rest of the way that the lineup of Liquid's going as well. Matumba queuing up the Basher. And once he gets Basher Abyssal, even harder for Rezo in these fights.
Is about to flounder.
He really has to keep his distance.
30 seconds till day. Liquid's already got the lanes pushed out. Bottom lane is not a great spot for them, but they don't care about that bottom lane. The only one that really pushes hard on Empire is Resolution. So they want to do their push timing, and they push very hard with that Beastmaster.
Empire's got to get back and do something about this. Miracle still with the cheese, ready for this push. That Dagon scaled right up as well. They catch anyone, they should be able to instantly get themselves that kill with a Reaper's Sight. 5 seconds. Rezo will be able to TP back for the time being. He's putting the pressure on that bottom lane. It's try and get that tier 3. Slowly but surely he's going for it now. He'll TP back. There's the charge onto Miposka Dream Coil. Will hold the level back. But comes in, grabs in mind control, drags him right back. The Death Ward down as well. Mind control. Oh, he's gone. Matuma Man will find the kill onto Witch Doctor. Pops his BKB. Moving towards Ghostic. Resolution on the side. Trying to work in onto Miracle. Miracle has to go straight out. Resolution BKB as well, but they've lost Ghostic. Matuma Man just manning up, moving in. Rezo, can he find Miracle? He's getting close and he will. Does take Miracle down. They're holding back Liquid. Matuma Man does finally get the tier 3 charge. The connection, the bash. No! Time lapse just in time for Resolution. Now looking back towards Kuroki, tracks out upon him. Double kill for FN. Matuma Man and GH, they're still in the base. Can they actually get out away from these two? There's going to be a buyback from Kuroki, looking to try and get back in the fight and help out. GH peeled up by the blast. Rezo falling low. He does not have the time lapse again. He's got to be careful. GH indeed bringing him in, and Rezo, he's going to get taken down. Down for 80. And now with Rezo gone, Liquid, they'll be able to easily clean up a second lane of Rex. There's still a tier 2 down bottom. We'll see how much Liquid can do. I don't know if they can necessarily go for the game. I mean, the mind control's back up in a second. Maybe they can just look to finish it now.
They can just keep calling everybody.
Just got Matuma Man and just becoming this absolute beast of a spider. They cannot deal with him. And as we saw then, you know, GH just bringing the team in, and with the 4 of them there, they may be able to just go for the game. 50 seconds, no Rezo, no Witch Doctor. I don't think Empire can suit this. The push is too much from Liquid.
The Illuminate heals, the Blinding Light, just everything coming into factor there. Just too much for Rezo to kind of deal with, and being able to, for Kuroki to buy back and bring him back in.
They're trying their best, but immediately the Blinding Light making sure the Ghostic cannot get him out of there. And now with the Ancient exposed, GG is called. Liquid, so damn good with utilizing the Keeper of the Light. GH pulling together that final finishing push.
You can just see how comfortable they are on it. It's literally like, it's so methodical, and it's, all right, it's like a minute and a half before daytime, they already start solving their lane issues, and then they all gather up and go toward that top lane. Kuroki buys back, and this is the power of the Coddle. If he doesn't die early on in the fight, he can always just keep recalling people with the buybacks as well, etc. They can always just keep outnumbering. Mind control died right away at the start of the fight. That was like the perfect execution from Empire, but Liquid just a bit too strong at that point with that daytime heal.
Yeah, they had the perfect out for that game, that Liquid. They knew how they needed to finish it. They hit their timing. Yeah. And again, despite Rezo's great play, great farm, incredible start in that early mid-game, the couple of times he was caught out, didn't have buyback, very little that Weaver can do in response there. And I really think, you know, obviously teams before this have totally said the Keeper of the Light, you can't let Liquid have it. I think we're seeing here
Deal or no deal, you know what that means? This plushie. Or you can pick secret bag number 1, 2, or 3, which could contain a worse or better prize.
Secret bag 3.
Take a look, what's in there?
That looks good.
Show them what you won.
My name is Rowan.
And Rowan, how old are you?
6. Okay. I would like that.
You want this? Congratulations! VIP, meet and greet with the analyst desk. You can meet and greet the panel and spend a segment on the set, get pictures, autographs, and watch a live segment up close and personal. One more! Game! Ooh! Okay, I'm gonna show you a scrambled word, and you're gonna tell me what the scrambled word is scrambling. Does that make sense? Don't help him out just yet. All right, what is that word? Would you like to ask another member of the audience?
I got you.
Your bro gotcha. He got you.
Beastmaster?
Do you think it's possible that that says Beastmaster?
That's it? Yeah.
That's it! Did everybody have a good time playing?
And that's how we do it.
Oh, I'm glad they kept in the part where I sounded so hip. Guys, what do you think of how that went? Are they pretty good? Yeah? Do you think you could have done better? Yeah! They always say that, don't they? We're going to be wandering around the concourse, so keep an eye out for us over the next couple of days. We're going to be giving away more prizes. Just in case you're wondering why there was a giant burrito in the beginning, it got cut, but that gentleman traded us his burrito for the chance to play. It's just that good of a game.
Wow.
It looked like the first guy almost broke the wheel when he was spinning it.
And I'm super glad that the hero who scored the VIP win came by and said hi to us instead of being like, actually, I'll do bag number 3. I don't want to meet the panelists. Yeah, I mean, honestly.
Yeah, we met him, and it's actually the guy who made Crumbling Island, the custom game.
Yeah.
It was fun. I played it a lot, so it was very fun to meet him.
Young Ice Frog in training.
The wheel was broken?
No, but it just looked like he was going to break it because it's so strong, you know.
I thought it was trying to mimic the Rylai's wheel in game where it's like, oh, I'm so close to Arcana, and then you get some, like, pugness.
Oh.
Yeah. Dude, I would always take the mystery bag. I was so amazed when that 6-year-old was like, this is great, I would like this.
Imagine that we would have gotten the worst price.
Yeah. No, but it's the experience, dude. You got to go for it. I am, though, the absolute luckiest person when it comes to anything related to RNG. The only time I've spun Rylai's wheel, I got the Arcana for techies.
Really? Is that something you want to get, though?
Instead of the BCC set.
That would have been super cool, too.
It'd have been, it's an ancient meme. It's good.
You'll have to educate me.
The BCC Pugna set, you're not aware?
No, no.
It's one of the...
no, come on.
One of the most common rare item sets out there.
There's even a golden BZZ set in its honor.
Ooh. I'll just keep rolling Arcanas, no problem. And I have just been notified that the match is ready to go, so no more memes get to be explained or explored. It's time to test if Team Liquid has what it takes to advance on to the next round, or whether Empire will continue its tear. Let's head to game 2.
Team Liquid versus Team Empire. Game 2.
I think playing versus Team Liquid, priority actually matters the most of any of the matchups because you have 3 heroes that you want to take out. We saw Wisp, Shaker, and Coddle, the main 3. And then if you have first pick, you can just ban Wisp and Coddle and take Shaker yourself, and then you're actually in a pretty good position. I think one of the series that they won was when GH was put on a Visage, and he wasn't really able to do anything. And that's, I think, how you want to limit Team Liquid.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I mean, there's a number of heroes that seem pretty important in terms of fighting against Team Liquid. Obviously, Wisp and Coddle, we see Team Empire banning both of them. They're the significant heroes in the meta, which we see Night Stalker and Bat Rider. I should say the meta for TI. These have been the most popular heroes.
Did they ban Ancient Apparition last game?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Team
So that's like that's the
Empire's
emergence
turn
of
to
that ban.
ban.
That's something no teams have been really doing this tournament just yet, but that hero's been rising in popularity and having a ton of success, especially from LFY.
Here's the Radiant ban.
The Empire yesterday.
Seconds. 5 seconds. What'll it be? The Dire get a ban. Seconds. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to pick. Seconds. 5 seconds remaining. Dire's turn to pick. Oracle. Seconds. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to pick. Disruptor. Seconds. 5 seconds remaining. Dire's turn to pick. Lifestealer. Radiant's turn to ban. Anti-mage. Seconds. 5 seconds remaining. Dire's ban now. Seconds. 5 seconds remaining. Dire's turn to pick. Seconds. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to pick.
Puck.
Tusker. Choose your hero. Seconds. 5 seconds remaining. Prepare for battle.
Ataque aqui!
30 seconds to battle. At last, the battle begins. Tis mine, master.
Denied.
Soldier's fortune. A talisman. A gift from the tempest of battle.
This sustains, gold remains.
See an end to magic. Your end in particular.
First blood!
First blood!
No.
Denied.
Someone's connection just drowned. Oh no.
Guard.
Resolution continuing being backed up by the Disruptor. They start to group up.
Tick down a bit here, but he should be fine once he gets under tower.
And Miracle's trying to turn actually towards Miposhko. Getting the spears stacked up, but he does get glimpsed away. GH also trying to close the gap.
They're going to chase this though. They've got another Fortune's End, and there's going to be a crush follow-up. This should be first blood right here.
GH brings him down. The rotation for Liquid making this mid lane even scarier.
The Arcane Rune on Kuro, really just letting that happen there. The reduced cooldown on Fortune's End, having it up super quickly there.
Resolution is getting his farm though on that top lane. Definitely, as we've seen, Liquid can certainly get the momentum going to the point where it doesn't matter how farmed at all this anti-mage is in the first 10-15 minutes. If the other lanes are going their way and if they can start to get the ball rolling, once these level 6s come online, once they start to group up.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, once Liquid starts to group up with that armlet, once they take over the Aegis timing, it's all about if anti-mage is going to be able to split push hard enough and his team can make the space for him to become that super massive anti-mage that they really need him to be in that later stage if it gets to that point.
Oh no.
But yeah, like we said also, it's a Huskar lineup, which is very scary with the Oracle, but it's also they've got the backup of the Lifesteal. So they've got like the contingency kind of plan going for Liquid too.
Mind control, getting decent levels, and then he has that Soul Ring, so maybe then can look to try and turn back into the lane, put some pressure back on Resolution. Resolution continuing to be being backed up by the Disruptor. So not feeling scared at all, feeling very confident in this lane.
4 minutes first night. Let's see what Roger's going to be able to accomplish here. GH gets the crush. Doesn't actually get slowed by the Void. Now he does, though. They're going to get some stickies on him. Should be able to chase him out with a few more, but they want to continue the chase. With the next crush coming out, the stickies are adding up, and GH should be dead here.
Fire.
Tower is under attack.
Diving just a step too far. As Empire on point with their reactions.
That's the first night time. It's very important for Roger to get all these kills, already 4 kills that he's been involved in.
And nearly has the phase boots. It's only going to help any bit of physical extra they can have against Miracle's Huskar. Could make the difference. They're going to look to try and make it go again. They feel that he's relatively on his own. They will get glimpsed back. This is a good chance for Empire to clean him up. They've got the silence, the Thunder Strike, bringing him down low. Miracle will try and turn, but he's gone again. Kuroki not quite there in time to provide any sort of backup. This is exactly what Empire need to be doing. Taking down Huskar Miracle twice in quick succession, the dream for them in this early game.
Yeah, they're slowing down the armlet a bit. He's still going to have it really early because he's bought all the components every time while he's dying. So the Gloves of Haste is the only one that's missing for now. That's where it becomes, you know, just super difficult to kill him with that bonus armor that armlet will give him, and of course the toggle ability. But yeah, that's where Huskar is susceptible, those early levels, like we keep mentioning. Exactly what they need to be doing. Ghostic farms up a double or triple stack that he had over on the side, finishing up the drums now on the Batrider.
Resolution, level 7, up there even with the man in net worth at the moment. Roger will come across, just find mind control. Make sure gets the surge off in time. Watchers there as well. In fact, the kinetic field, they've got a good chance of finishing this off. GH coming in to look for the crush to keep him alive, but FN jumps in with the Dream Coil. That's enough to take down one. GH, Matuma trying to go for it. Matuma does get this back, but no, the Infest to hold him in position. Sweet little Infest play there from Matuma to juke out the glimpse, get himself the kill.
And they get 2. They get Roger as well on the south.
Very neat little play. This time Liquid with the superior reactions to Empire coming deep across Liquid's half of the map. Now Matuma man in position to try and contest the farm of Resolution on this top lane.
Rezo's gonna have a good timing on that Battle Fury. They're looking pretty okay. 1k gold lead right now for Empire.
A soldier's fortune.
Liquid's gonna be hitting that timing very soon though with that armlet.
Yet to make any sort of plays here with the lasso. As you say, he has the drums. Still very much away from the Blink Dagger, but in terms of reacting, it's going to make it a little harder as well for Miracle to look to jump near towers, having the threat of being jumped upon and lassoed. Yep. Unless Kuro obviously is in the neighborhood. Kuro, how's he doing towards that level 6? Yeah, still a bit of time.
4. Yeah, 4. Yeah, still early though. There's the strength of Liquid's lineup gets it once, you know, the armlet comes out once Kuroki hits 6. Darkseer Mech is going to be another luxury that can come out too. But now Matsu with that move, that natural TP top, he makes his way toward top and is actually just pressuring the tower. Kind of able to bring that one down soon. That's going to give him good access points to put some wards down and watch resolution where he's farming. Miracle now starting the siege on that mid tower with that 3rd point in the Berserker Blood for the increased magic resistance.
GH actually coming in the wraparound here. Will not quite get the crush. Rezo very quick there with the blink reaction. And will maintain hold of this top lane for now.
Using echo
time middle, a bit of a rotation coming through. Will be scanned out though by Liquid.
Regeneration!
So Kuro will know to play it safely.
Empire smoked up around the area too. The scan wasn't, but didn't catch the actual smoked heroes. It caught the bat, but see if they're actually gonna get a pick off here. Kuroki trying to get that level 6 online.
There is back. Look at the position though. Miracle and TH still prepared for any sort of play that comes in. Trying to use Kuroki as bait at the moment.
TOSHIBA really wants to dive. Hanging it out. Liquid's in position.
We'll see if they get away with it. They look to lead in. They've got the flame break back. Immediately going on to Kuroki. Trying to get in position for the crush, but Kuroki's already down. They glimpse Miracle away as well. So Liquid do not have a chance to do anything in return. Empire just taking the kill from right into the noses and at the same time up top. Looking for Matuma. Matuma's out and
I actually get him here.
Playing around there in a situation where he had no chance to rage. Another free kill for Empire. Rezo blinks himself away from GH just in time.
Empire playing that very well. Roger getting that super early level 6 on the Night Stalker. They're able to turn it the nighttime with that darkness. And with the sticky, that's where the slow turn rate is always obnoxious. Lardo was unable to get the crush and they couldn't get any trade kills. Miracle now, putting some pressure on that tower with the wagon.
Is under pressure.
TOSHIBA's got Glimpse and has Static Storm. They have a lot of TP rotations.
They want to try and do something, but their false promises now are. Yeah. So this becomes a hell of a lot harder. They'll look towards the side to pick off Liquid's GH to begin things now, turning towards Miracle. Miracle feeling very confident. In fact, he jumps straight in, looking for Roger. Will get Glimpse back. But Roger getting wrapped around upon by Matuma Man. Vacuum's there as well from Mind Control. They'll clean up the Night Stalker. Liquid starting to get aggressive. Empire, and they slow this down. Flame break onto Miracle. Still.
Where it begins. 5-man.
Radiant's top tower.
Group up together by Liquid with that armlet, with that level 6 Kuroki. GH now looking for a bit of space. Needs a little bit more farm. He's not been having the most successful rotations. 1 and 3 actually in GH and then Slaughter.
Empire have to be so careful around this mid lane. We've seen, you know, if they show Miracle will jump on them. He knows that he can survive at this stage.
It's nighttime now.
Around him.
You start to make plays around their vision.
If they can get the silence onto Kuro with the Static Storm, maybe they have a chance, but without that, there is just no killing this Husker at this stage. They'll glimpse him back. Kuro, can he save him in time? He should be able to. False promise out straight away. I mean, they will force the ultimate out. Maybe they could try and fight around the cooldown of it. Roger, he's looking to intend to do so, comes forward. You know, without FN having the Dream Core back, still down for a minute. Very hard to even try and take those fights when the false promise is unavailable.
They're trying to use their night times every single time though with Empire, because the anti-mage isn't fighting with them. They need that benefit of the night. So they're going to smoke up again to do that pressure to give Resolution space to get that battle period a good timing, and he's very close to it, 500 away. Smoke breaks, Kuroki sees it. Trying to go for Miracle again here, but he actually disjoints it.
Miracle's his fight, jumps forward onto Roger. There's the lasso, but immediately there, the Fate's Edict on Miracle. The magic damage is not going to go through. Miracle just chases down Roger, tries to fly himself away. The rest of Liquid looking towards the remainder of Empire, towards the side of it, get the vacuum back onto Miposhka.
Great response from Liquid. Did he disjoint the Glimpse of the life break?
It looked.
That's what it looked like, right?
I don't know if we can get a replay of that one, but something happened there. But either way, it's just the Disruptor going down, but still it's getting scary. We're seeing Liquid grouping up as a team. Empire having a lot of trouble trying to even dent this 5-man lineup that Liquid are presenting.
GH gets picked up again though, so it's slowing down his farm and his levels quite a lot. They actually really want him to get that level 6 early for that rotation.
We'll see it again. There was the glimpse, and indeed.
Yeah, he did. He disjointed it with the
because of the immunity.
Yeah, you get the invulnerability during that.
Tower is under attack.
During that like split second when you're jumping. Really well played by Miracle there. Not getting repositioned. And now the deep aggressive wards come out to watch where the anti-mage is going to be farming. 3 placed by Liquid. And now the next one that we talk about usually is the one defensive ward you put in your jungle to watch when anti-mage goes in there. So that'd probably be the next thing Liquid wants to do.
Soldier's fortune.
14-minute battle fury. Absolutely perfect here for Rezo, and as expected, did have, for the most part, an incredibly free lane up on the top. Getting involved in kills as well when Matuma turned up to the lane. But of course, this is all something that Liquid, they allowed this to happen. They know
You know
that they
where
have
Rezo
this.
is too. They're going for it. They get the vacuum up on the high ground, and with the Infest Bomb, really well played there by Mind Control. Liquid just aware of where he was farming.
Yeah, and this is the thing. It doesn't matter what time you let that anti-mage get his Battle Fury by if you're able to kill him, and Liquid have such a good lineup, as the panel mentioned, for taking down this anti-mage that's still going to be in farming phase for quite a while.
Yeah, and that was without the ward. They didn't have any vision of him actually being there. They just figured that that's where he's going to be farming since they have 3 aggressive wards. And now they place this one defensive ward. He does walk into their jungle. Yeah, that was just a perfect smoke because there's 2 wards actually there to defend him.
Middle tower.
It's
Of course, after that smoke,
just like your ships.
Radiant's middle tower is under
nighttime
attack.
for 50 more seconds. Empire start trying to keep their aggression going, but Liquid now all are reacting. Everyone is porting down bottom.
Yeah, they see them under this ward. And, I mean, Empire, they have 2 heroes here. They could be in trouble. Mipocha goes straight for the TP out.
We actually
make it. No cancel there quite in time. Roger still very deep. Liquid themselves, no wards down here. So Roger may be fine. He doesn't actually have a TP, though. So he's going to have to find a long way out of this.
He's going to have to wait. He's trying to go for the courier is what it looks like here with the base boots.
It looks like he can get away with it. All right, Roger. We saw him do it game 1. Game 2, he gets it.
May pay with his life. GH on the prowl. He now saw him for a second. Daytime is going to kick in about 8 seconds here.
Roger?
Roger's hiding though. GH does not know. Roger has the ward advantage.
He's going to get away with it. Bottom lane, Mind Control.
Nicely done. Space.
Net complete. FN pretty much has the blink dagger, and absolutely crucial items, as we're saying. If either FN can get on back line, or you have the disruptor with the static storm, anything that they can do to stop Kuro from being able to save Miracle on the front lines.
Yeah,
that is the chance to turn the fight. It's all down to Mipocha and FN.
That is the nice thing that they do have. You know, Empire has that very vision-heavy lineup with the Night Stalker, with the Bat Rider, and they have, of course, the puck to get into the back lines. If they can, that's their biggest window to go for those type of plays onto the Huskar. But, you know, it's, like I keep mentioning, you know, it's a Huskar lineup, but this Lifestealer is very threatening. Already about to have Desolator finished up on top of that armlet. So his damage is going to be no joke, and it's really only the Anti-Mage to deal with that. The other 4 heroes do not match up well versus Lifestealer or Huskar.
And because of the brilliant way, and as you say with the Desolator, that Liquid are itemizing at whole, it means that there's just no chance that Empire can turn to the fight. We'll see GH's vision here as he went for that chase, and he's Roger with that position around the tree line, no vision at all. GH are cool, of course, making the nice call as well, not to waste too much time hunting for it. Gets back to his team, a bit of a smile there as well, as he knows the Duke's successful there.
Drunk sailor, Dyer's
top lane, Miracle and Matimba. Pushing down this tier 2.
Tower trade.
Is under attack.
Very even game though so far. About 1k lead for Empire and 2k experience lead.
Tower has fallen.
Been doing a good job of using those night times aggressively. All 10 kills have been involved with Roger. So these we keep like beating it to death basically, but these roaming forests are really the crucial things for a majority of these teams. They now know where Rezo's farming. We actually do see, I think, the ping coming up from Miracle. And this is what we were talking about. The armlet, corrosive haze, they can walk straight into Rush Pit, even open wounds on top, so the sustain is there.
Empire know that this is going on.
In, though, yeah,
they did scan it outside. They're heading towards the pit. Are they going to be able to take the fight? And Miracle already heading straight in. Jumps on Roger with the corrosive haze. Roger just evaporates. Now, they do get the lasso, but again, they should have potential save. They have got a false promise, static storm, keeping them at bay. Dream Call as well. Kuroki, he's still got the range though. Gets the false promise off onto Miracle. Miracle no longer in any sort of threat. In fact, Miracle goes forward. He's going to get ghosted with the spears. Back up to full health thanks to Kuroki on the Oracle. And Liquid could head straight back into the pit. Empire, very little they can do at this stage of the game. They need to just hope that the time's going to be there for Rezo to get a few more items.
He's trying his damage.
At least the Manta Star.
Yeah. He's trying so hard to get that split push. This is what's so crazy though. It's like the Huskar Oracle and the Dazzle Huskar kind of things is, of course he's very immune to most damage, but it's that you're so low. So you have the max Berserker Blood like pretty much at all times. So you have 340 bonus attack speed in all of those instances.
Yeah, there's just no way that Rezo can turn up to a fight in this state.
And they have no damage for, they don't really have the damage for Huskar or a Lifestealer in that case, because he's all their physical.
Yeah, this is just the Huskar pick. As usually is when Liquid find the chance to pick it. There's such a strong final 5th pick. We'll get a glimpse back.
got Aegis. They may be able to bring him down once here since he's so isolated.
The armless upon him. Kuro indeed not quite in the neighborhood. Just the vacuum wall though. Empire already backing up. They know they can't kill him a second time.
I think he actually, it looked like he double tapped the armlet there. Maybe a slight mistake.
Well, in fact, Timon might just find Pushka. The TP out will keep himself alive. So much weight on Reza this game. He needs to farm his backside offers, and at the quickest he ever has. Nearly has the Manta. At least at that point, it becomes hard for Liquid to catch him. But of course, the way that Liquid are playing, they really don't give a damn about this anti-mage. They're not hunting him down. They're just pushing the lanes. They know that they can win this game without having to even think twice about the AM if they continue at this pace.
Yeah. GH is getting very close to Blink Tag. They'll have that catch mechanic, at least for him, later on. And now the Courier is going to be delivering a lot of items here for Liquid. The Greaves are finished up, the Desolator.
You see this trying to somehow find the back lines, but Miracle jumps forward. Ghostic will get the Blink off, does have the lasso. He's far away now from Kuro. Kuro getting up to the neighborhood, and there we have it again. False promise out to the Huskar. Miracle's going to be fine. They should be able to get Ghostic as he gets nuked down by the Purifying Flame.
The two-man stun.
Gets the two-man crush as well onto FN and Roger. And Liquid, they can move in for more. With the vision from the Corrosive Haze, Miracle jumps up to the high ground, takes down Roger. The rest of Empire sent back to base. They just cannot deal with this combo. We saw them there trying to somehow wrap around the lineup of Liquid to get to Kuroki, but Kuroki's positioning absolutely perfect, constantly keeping his entire team between himself and that of Empire.
They're hunting Rezo. He's got Manta style, so he's able to remove that vision of the Corrosive Haze, but GH continues to chase, sees the real one.
It's going to be close.
Unable to find him though, too fast with that blink.
Yeah, Miracle as well, 21 minutes in, Halberd has the lifesteal, armlet. I mean, if Empire could somehow defeat this Liquid Huskar lineup, it's going to be quite the performance.
They're trying their hardest to make as much space for Rezo. He's getting pretty big. Got Mantis out, almost another butterfly, building toward a butterfly next. But just gets shredded. Playing a support in this game is probably one of the hardest things to do versus a Huskar Oracle. Every time you're seen, you're dead. Roger actually walks up, gets spotted for a moment, but he can fly.
Looking to try and get that Solar Crest on Roger. I mean, any sort of thing they can use to try and slow down the potential of Miracle in these team fights. Resolution. Can he do it? I want to say already, I feel that this game for Rezo and Empire's going better than that of Rezo and Planet Odd when we saw them have to deal with Miracle Huskar.
Yeah.
And Poshka, though, not having a fun time. The Tummerman straight in upon him. Empire are there. Can they do anything to react?
Oh, the stun
and Miracle, he's just going to be ready to fight. They do get the lasso off. Try and drag him away, but Miracle jumps down into the river. Ghostic ticking down low. Will try for the TP out. Not going to make it, though. The Purifying Flames nuke from Kuro. Enough to take him.
Roger's going to get cut off to it.
He's not getting out of here. The vacuum down to the low ground. Corrosive Haze granting them the vision and the potential to beat down upon him. Empire losing all four other than Rezo. Liquid pushing down the bottom lane.
All of them are full health. They're all healthy. And Rezo's trying his damnedest to do the split push that he can. Going for that AC next.
I mean, they may just even get the racks here.
This is the push.
I don't know if Empire can push Liquid out of the base. We'll see how safe Liquid want to play. They're sticking around. They know that they can stand their ground here. 23 minutes in. Take a melee racks from the lineup of Empire. There's nothing that Empire can do at this stage of the game with the draft that they have against a Huskar. Resolution will at least find something in return.
They were trying to actually go for that pickup there. GH was TPing, but it looked like either cancel it or I think he got glimpsed actually. Looked like something that to stop his TP. They smoke up though. They want to continue that aggression. They want to try to get more out of it.
Empire, they've got to run, they've got to hide, but they're not going to get the chance. GH and Matsumaman straight in onto Ghostic. Kinetic Field will hold back the Slardar. So no more casualties for now, at least for Empire. Miracle will back up to the top lane. Start to clean it out, push back what Resolution had achieved, and in fact GH, Invis.
This could be pretty big to pick up one of the heroes. Manta style is
He's out on his own though. Doesn't quite have backup.
Batu's on his way. He blinks away, he blinks out. Doesn't want to try to go for that when there's 3 heroes there.
Rezo looking for the Assault Crash. At least something that may help them turn the tides against Huskar, but even at that, We know that these fights are very, very far from becoming easy or even possible for Empire against this backup, this team that they have around the Huskar. It's such a perfect draft around Miracle.
Yeah, and it's just, you know, it's just the anti-mage. He can deal with the Huskar, but then it's the Lifestealer who can also be a big issue with this build that he's gone on. I love that Matu goes for the Rush Desolator build too. Being able to take those early buildings, that's what they want to do. They don't want to take this game super late versus an anti-mage. They may be able to just because they're heroes, but that's not what they want to do. This team is about closing games around 30 minutes.
Oh, that's the man who's drafted Huskar. The smile down Kuro's face is lovely, and that's the man that's had Huskar drafted against him.
That man's very stressed out right now.
Dire have the spyglass at hand.
Nearly, well, closing in on having an Assault Cuirass as well on Miracle. That's the money for the Hyperstone. 1,300 to go, and that will be there. Yeah, with the AC on a Huskar, Deso, as we've seen obviously on Matumba, as you mentioned, picking it up as his first major item.
The last pretty much 13 minutes has had 0 kills for Empire. They have been stuck at that 10 kill mark while Liquid picked up an immense amount, plus shrines, plus racks. So that's the timing we were talking about, you know, that armlet into the Aegis, that's where they get the big ball rolling for Liquid, and they've done it perfectly so far. Rezo's trying so hard to get that farm, that carry, that he can actually join engagements, but his team just does not match up well versus what Liquid's got besides him.
Rezo, nearly at his own Assault Cuirass. So at least something, and as well as obviously for him giving a bit more chance when it comes down to being forced to fight. Also nice for the pushing as well himself. Maybe he can continue to look his rep potential. We know that Liquid's lineup, for the most part, to get the job done, they do love to move as high. He can try and slowly pull them apart to these side lanes, make them react to his plays. But he has got to be on the top of his game. And so far, in terms of the farm he has, but can Rezo and Empire outplay this incredible force that Liquid have here in this game too?
Definitely not if they get Aegis and Cheese. If Liquid gets this Aegis and Cheese, they're going to be able to just walk down the mid, or maybe even just the top lane. Top lane is usually easier to push because there's not many shrines accessible. Mid is one of the hardest because of that triple shrine. And Roche, we're going to find out in about 10 seconds how long it will be till it respawns. Full AC for Miracle, so already has that one to match up with Rezo, so he does get it. That's going to make their siege a lot easier. And Roche is a very short timer, 18 seconds until that's going to be coming up. Don't know if Empire can take the fight around that Roche. Kuroki, though, does get isolated by Rezo. So gets at least one pick off here while Kuro's trying to get wards out to prep for that Roche. And they start pinging it out already on Empire. They know that it could be a problem. Now Roche will spawn. My control walks in at the exact timing that it does.
I mean, is it at the point where you look to FN and say, you've got to go in for a steal? You've got to look for that Aegis steal play on the puck.
They got to go for some big fight. They have to get very good vision around that Roche pit to look for that Oracle.
I mean, if they can find Miracle whilst Kuro is down, Miracle very close to them there. They're looking to see if they can get some sort of a catch. Have they got the vision for the glimpse? They have. Miracle glimpse back. They will grab him into the lasso. No, Kuro for 10
Remake crush.
Comes in with the crush. Grabs the ball. Matumba Man gets the double kill. It doesn't matter that Kuro's not there because the rest of the team have Miracle's back. GH there, quick with the jump in. Now they turn towards Roshan. Empire with 2 down. Kuro's back in the game. This should be an easy Roche for Liquid. And Empire know that they could not come anywhere near this. It's down, it's gone into the hands of Miracle. The Aegis is there.
Aegis and Cheese, their top lane is in a perfect position for Liquid to push. So down the mid lane, the line is drawn. Rezo has to try to push out this bottom wave, and now you see Rezo actually puts the BKB into a split buy. He needs to fight into this next couple situations, but he still fights his away.
I mean, there was so much hope here for Empire getting that grab back, but immediately GH joining in with Matumba Man. Very little that Empire could do to react to that. The rage out before Miposhka could get the Static Storm out in response.
It's pretty surprising that Miposhka didn't actually just try coating the area with the Static Storm early to preemptively expect maybe some kind of rotations in.
Top lane,
but they just
comes the siege.
Didn't expect GH there, and yeah.
Rezo, the query is though, he's going to look to try and force some sort of reaction. The tier 3 falling though, they have the fortification. Rezo continuing with the split push pressure.
Does not push nearly as fast as they do though.
He hasn't quite got the creeps to the back door, slowing him down. Now the creeps are back, but already up top, they're losing the full set of racks on this top lane as Liquid claim another. Rezo, how long is he going to stay down here? The fortification coming out from Liquid. He needs the rest of his team to stop Liquid from getting the Mega. They'll jump in with the lasso. Static Storm there as well. They do get the silence out. Kuroki was silenced. Economy get the backup. Now he has the false promise. Comes through to Miracle. Empire tried their best there to keep the Oracle silence, but it wasn't long enough. Miracle now turning towards Ghostic. Rezo did manage to get a Rax from the bottom. He gets the melee Rax. Rezo gets back. A kill would really be the icing on top of the cake here if Empire can find it, but Miracle just standing his ground. No false promise for a bit. Rezo is here, ready to fight.
Still got Aegis too.
Now he's going to jump in, looking for the back line. And he's trying to go for Mike John. Miracle jumps on in. Miracle will get pulled away there by the glimpse. Rezo able to blink out again. Jump forward from Ghostic, looking for a target here. See if Miposh can get out. He cannot. Will get pulled down by the Crush Face. The Crush from GH, but buyback immediately. Ghostic as well. Drawing Liquid away, but Miracle's just standing his ground. Beating into the mid-racks, looking for the Mega Creeps. He's going to get it. Mega Creeps are out now in favor of Liquid. Empire, they are still all alive here for this defense. What can they do to stop this now? Up against the Megas. Jump forward from Miracle, looking for Miposhka. He gets the glimpse back, but he's already gone. Miposhka down for 40. Roger, Corrosive hazed up as well, but Timberman chases him. Resolution moving in, but GG. Good luck next is called by Empire. It's all too much. Once again, this Huskar pick pretty much setting the game. Some would certainly say from the start. It was such a beautiful pick. Liquid at the end. I mean, beautiful if you like Huskar things, but of course, if you're a Liquid fan, you would have been smiling all the way there to the end.
It is what you will have to deal with back to the Darkseer Illusion too. So it's just a super difficult game for Empire to do anything. They fought admirably though. That early game was pretty damn crisp for them, but nature of the matchup.
And you knew that Liquid, they knew that they had in the bag the whole time. That we didn't ever see them put any attention towards Rezo. They let this anti-mage get all the farm in the world as Liquid